Today I'm going to be talking about the 1970 manga Scorpion, also called Sasori, which means scorpion. It was adapted into a 1972 film, Female Prisoner 701 Scorpion, starring KAJI Meiko. And if you've ever seen her in action, she was also in Lady Snowblood. She's amazing. She just has the most dynamic look, that just like freezes you in your spot. She just has the greatest eyes. She's a beautiful and powerful actress, and one of my favorite Japanese pinky violence actresses, as that genre is sometimes called. What I've noticed with a lot of these 1970s seinen, manga, or gekiga adaptations is that they often take the best parts out of a series and turn it into a pretty good story, where some of them in their originally published form can be a little bit uneven. The Sasori, the Scorpion series by SHINOHARA Tōru it starts out very strong. Every chapter is somebody does the main character wrong. Her name is Matsushita Nami. They call her Matsu. So she's been incarcerated. She does not necessarily get along with everybody in the women's prison. A lot of people are out to get her, and she withstands a lot of punishment and also finds ways to get revenge on those who have wronged her. And usually every chapter, somebody does a wrong and she gets revenge, or somebody hurts somebody that she likes and she puts them in a world of hurt, sometimes ending up them being dead or injured, etc. The art overall is really nice. Every character is very unique. It's very clear which characters are, who is who. It's very clear. It's very clear who Nami is. You can pick her out very easily. And the people on her side, they all have very clear personalities and different looks. So, I find, with some artists, it can sometimes be hard to differentiate because they tend to stick to some certain patterns that they reuse again and again. I have to say that in each chapter, you definitely feel this catharsis, because you don't have to wait overly long for the bad guys to get theirs. They get their comeuppance pretty quickly. There is a longer arc, as we find out what she's incarcerated for. I'm going to spoil that right now. So I think because it's actually it comes out pretty quickly in both the movie and the comic that she was used by her boyfriend, who was a cop, to set up these yakuza. And so basically the boyfriend allowed her to get sexually assaulted and then used that to arrest the yakuza and didn't give one flip about what actually happened to her. And we see her transformation from somebody who was deeply in love and innocent to somebody who is out for revenge. And basically it was her failed attempt at revenge that got her thrown into jail. Now, it's a little bit different between the film and the manga. And I think the manga actually does it better. Because in the film, she knows she's going in undercover, even though she's just a regular person. She's not a cop or anything. And she knows she's going in undercover. She's just trusting in her boyfriend to get her out of trouble. Of course, he doesn't come until after they've physically assaulted her and he wanted to catch them in the act. But he didn't really need to do that in the movie because when he comes in, he finds the proof that he needs to put the gang away for a long time anyway. But in the comic, basically, the boyfriend is frustrated that he can't get anything on these guys. And so he tells her he's going to meet her at this one club. And she goes to the club, and it's closed, but the door's open. So she goes in, and it's like, it's a Yakuza club. And they're like, what are you doing here? And then they decide to sexually assault her. And then he comes in and uses that as leverage to arrest them so that they have more time to maybe find some other proof against them. And they don't find that proof. So, I think in that case, she has an even stronger motivation. She's a stronger footing for her revenge. I think I'm more on board for that revenge. The guys didn't even let her know that she was going to be in this danger. Whereas in the other case, it's still terrible, but she also could have gotten a clue that maybe this was not a good thing to get into. Whereas in the comic, she had no idea whatsoever that what she was about to get herself into. So overall, I like the art. The layouts are very clean and clear and easy to read. I think that even the exploitation is not over the top. It's, there's a lot of the same tropes that you get in women in prison exploitation movies. There's a lot of, women on women violence and a lot of backstabbing and little secret plots and vying for power. And she's not really out to be in power. She just wants to escape so that she can carry out her revenge. But she also makes friends along the way, and they help each other out. Now, in the film, I'm just going to mention the film because actually I like the film very much. It was the director's first film, and he did 2 more in that series. The actress, KAJI Meiko, did 3 more in the series. What I find interesting about that first film is that it's filmed as a stage play because the sets like revolve, like somebody will be in the foreground and in the background the sets revolve. Characters suddenly change into something that looks like almost like kabuki makeup that really heightens the anger, and you can see the characters go from human to almost to oni, like demon like in a matter of moments. It's very clear, and that I think that's an interesting take. But overall, I think the comic, the first volume, is very solid. Whenever she escapes and is out in the so-called world, it tends to drag. And it's only when she's in prison that each episode is nice and punchy and things progress along quite quickly. So I like the series. There's 12 volumes. I have not read the whole thing, but from what I've read, the time that she's in the prison is a lot more enjoyable than when she's out trying to escape, trying to avoid detection, trying to avoid being captured. So that's it. That's my review of Sasori, the Scorpion, and I hope you check it out.